Happy Tuesday. It's the Jam Nation podcast with Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam singles. This week it's all about Daryl. Thursday night, Daryl's going to go on a date. It's up to us to choose who that date is with from the many women who've expressed interest in Daryl. So today we talked to his daughter. You asked a very interesting question. You said, who's his celebrity crush? What kind of celebrity woman is he after?
Angela Merkel and Charlize Theron. They both have Germanic features.
Don't they just?
Also brushed with fame, My Dumb Question edition, Tom Wilson. He plays Biff Tannen in Back to the Future, and he's written a song about all the dumb questions that he gets asked.
Yes, have you ever accosted a celebrity and asked a really dumb question? We want to find out.
Like that Amanda Keller from Beyond 2000.
She's nice, isn't she?
In the future, will we all be floating in space?
Oh, rack off. Jane Hanson's joining us. She's an investigative journalist and she's host of the podcast Mother's Guilt. We're talking all things Kathleen Folbig with her.
And the pub test, headphones at work. Does it pass the pub test? It's quite a varied podcast. Enjoy.
Everybody online.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller. Amanda.
Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
What is it, you can't face?
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Top of the morning to you, Amanda.
How are you?
I am well. A lot of news to digest around the
A lot
world,
of
isn't
news
it?
going on in
Kathleen
our courts.
Folbig.
Yes.
I always think about that when I started here in 2003. That's when she went to jail.
Well, we're going to talk to a couple of people about that today. We're going to talk to the Greens MP, Sue Higginson. She's the one who introduced a motion calling for her to be pardoned, and that's what's kicked all this along. And we're also going to be talking to Jane Hanson, who's done a podcast called Mother's Guilt, which has been deep diving into the story of Kathleen Folbig. She's a journalist who's followed this story right from the beginning, so we will be across that today.
There's a lot of stories at play. We've got the Brittany Higgins, Bruce Lehrman thing. You've got the Ben Roberts-Smith thing. There's so many of these three stories, these three huge stories.
Three big stories.
Just circulating in the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also the Adelaide nightclub has cancelled and apologised. It's the ladies' bra-sized drinking thing.
You know, we're all often told, didn't the telly have an article, workplaces are going too woke.
Workplaces are going woke.
Listen to what this pub was arranging, offering free drinks based on bra sizes. You had to hang your bra up. The theme was the bigger the better. You had to hang your bra up. If it was an A cup, you got one free drink, B cup two, etc., etc.
Which, what are you?
Brendan, the whole point is this is an inappropriate conversation.
To see how many drinks we get out of it.
Bloody hell. You know, we started this conversation saying, isn't it outrageous that this stuff still happens? And you asked that question.
So when the Telegraph says wokeism is killing all the workplace fun, I say it's not. I say it's alive and well.
Oh, I say, wow.
We can't. Instagram makes us return.
Wow.
Oh, there's no wow.
There's a big wow. I'm allowed to be shocked at when we say, isn't that awful that the club was going to do it? And then you...
I'm a man. I'm pragmatic.
Yeah,
I'm
but
thinking,
your boobs.
I think,
Come
no,
on.
I never said that. I said how many
That's
drinks.
the question.
How many drinks
You said,
would we
what's
get
your
out?
bra size?
Yeah, well, how many drinks would we get out of it?
No.
What do you reckon?
No.
We'd get a jug out of it, wouldn't we? Surely. Action-packed show today.
Yeah, bring back the wet T-shirt competition in the workplace. I bet you've been part of those.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Years ago when I was at Brisbane working at the radio station on Australia Day, they had the annual cockroach races. And they have these races.
Where men got their areas out?
No, cockroaches.
Oh, my mistake.
Okay, you're going to back it down a bit. Let's just back down a bit, okay, before we start, going crazy. Anyway, the cockroach races are finished and I was the MC. And someone thought, one of the street guys, thought it'd be a good idea to have an impromptu wet T-shirt competition. This is 1997, and at that point I said, you know what, probably a bit inappropriate, don't you think? And he went, no, it'd be good. The girls like it. And what I've learned about this business, people will always do something. If you've got a microphone, you can get people to do anything. So what happened was there was an impromptu wet t-shirt
An
competition.
impromptu wet t-shirt.
I had nothing to do with it. And I was glad on Monday when Jimmy Johnson said, which one of you...
Who's he, your boss?
Yeah, which one of you wits decided to have a wet T-shirt competition? And I said, well, it wasn't me. See you later. So that was great.
An impromptu wet t-shirt.
Impromptu wet-
Just those words should never be said together.
Oh, workplaces are so woke
Aren't
these
they
days. You
just,
can't
Brendan?
have a wet T-shirt
How big was your
competition
cockroach,
anymore.
Brendan?
It's adequate.
Don't answer. You should be outraged that I asked
I'm
the
a man.
question.
I'm pragmatic. That's what we do. We can't do anything, though, until we do the Magnificent Seven. Question 1.
What common pet are pirates known to have?
Podcast.
We have for you the Magnificent Seven. There are 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say...
Don't ask me any personal questions.
But it's about getting question 7 right. Well, wokeism's just killing the workplace,
Isn't it
man.
just we used
According
to be
the
able to
telly.
have spontaneous
Good old fun.
wet T-shirt competitions?
Yeah, I miss those days. They were great days. Mark's and Sandy Point.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
Good, Amanda. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Question number 1 for you. What common pet, well, I don't know how common they are pirates known to have?
Parrot.
Yeah.
You know, parrots.
What
these
about
are-
his bucket ears?
Where are they, Brendan?
On your bucket head.
Because they live for like 100 years.
Pirates or parrots?
Parrots don't they? I'm thinking of cockatoos.
Cockatoos live for a long time.
Yeah, and so people get them and then someone has to inherit that. And it's not an easy pet to take on.
The lorikeets are out at the moment. You've seen lorikeets around? I saw one squished on the road, though. That's always a bad look. It's like
Because they travel in pairs, don't they?
Yeah, I think
Oh,
that's
that's
sad.
Question 2 for you, Mark. Where would you find a spoiler on a car?
On the boot lid.
Yeah.
What does the spoiler do?
Oh, you know full well. You've got the big Fast and the Furious wing on the back of yours.
No, I don't. But what does it do?
Of course, it forces a bit of downdraft,
And what does that do?
pushes the back of the car down on the road.
And that's for safety.
No, it's just for handling, all that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your information.
Well, Mark, you want to jump in
do you know,
anything
Mark,
about the
any more than
spoilers?
that? Any more information than Jonesy's given me?
Nah.
Okay. Well, when I audition for Top Gear later on today,
Okay.
I'll talk about spoilers.
So you've given a spoiler about your forthcoming audition. This is great. Let's play Riff Raff.
Yeah, any old riff raff backstage.
Oh, riff raff everywhere. Gotcha, I understand. Gotta keep out the riff raff.
What song has this riff, Mark?
Crazy little thing called love.
Yes.
Which of these celebrities turned down having a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Was it A, Phil Collins, B, David Bowie, or C, Madonna?
Who turned it down?
No idea, but I'll say David Bowie.
No, it
You
wasn't
think?
David Bowie.
But no.
Wasn't David Bowie.
Question 4 of the Magnificent Seven. Which of these celebrities turned down having a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Was it Phil Collins? Was it Madonna?
Jam Nation.
The Magnificent Seven. We're at question number 4.
It's going to Rachel in Grace Point. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, how are you?
Very well. We've wiped out David Bowie from this conversation, but which of these celebrities turned down having a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Was it Phil Collins or Madonna?
Is it Madonna?
It is Madonna.
I would have thought it'd be Phil Collins over Madonna.
Yeah, I don't know why she said no, but there you are. She may
Kathleen-
have wanted to put a bot into the cement.
Ah,
You
that's
never
what
know.
that's what you do, because you go along there. There's a bit of a ceremony.
Yeah, and you have to. Don't you have to put some of your body parts into the cement?
I think no. That's at the Man's Chinese Theatre.
Oh, is this different to this?
Yeah. In Sydney, we've got our own Hollywood Walk of Fame at Rudy Hill.
Do we?
RSL. Yeah, you can go and. I'm surprised we're not in that. We should have a little star.
Who's
out there.
in?
I think Human Nature. Mm-hmm. And Human Nature.
Is Human Nature in there?
Yeah, pretty sure Human Nature's
Well,
in there.
if they get Human Nature in, then we should be in.
Kathleen Folbig was pardoned yesterday after how many years in prison, Rachel?
Incredible story.
Oh, was it 20?
It was
20 years.
Yeah, we're going to be talking to a couple of people today about the turn of events that's pardoned her. Question 6, the A-Team revolves around how many members of a former commando outfit? How many A-Team were
If you're
there?
ever in trouble, Rachel.
4?
There were 4.
Yep.
Brendan, who were they?
Well, you had Hannibal, Colonel...
Was that George Papard?
that was George Papard, and you had the Face Man. He was in there as
Was
well.
he the token handsome one?
That was Peck, and there was Murdoch, and
Was he the handsome one?
no, he was the nut. Murdoch was a nut. And B.A. Baracus, I pity the fool that doesn't like this.
This brings you to question 7, Rachel. Here we go. Steeden, is that how we say it?
Yep.
Steeden Sports is a company mostly known for making what? Steeden. Where have you seen the name?
Steeden.
Where have you seen the name Steeden? What do they make?
Stephen, I have no idea.
Sorry, Rachel.
Ron's in Helensburgh.
Hi, Ron.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. What does Steeden, they're a sports company, what do they make?
Do they make football?
They make football.
And is it the Sharon that makes the AFL?
Very good. Congratulations to you, Ron. Ron, it's all coming your way. I've done a bit of one case here.
It's all coming your way.
It's all coming your way, Ron. $150 to spend on dinner at your local club. Vote in your local club, the Perfect Plate Awards, perfectplate.com.au. What's your local club, Ron, just out of curiosity?
St George Illawarra.
No, when you go to for a club for a steak. Well, you know, when you're in Helensburgh.
The Tigers.
Oh, the Tigers, okay. A double pass to Slide Night at the Sydney Opera House, hosted by Rove McManus. You know who you'll see there, Ron?
Well, only if you go the night we're on, because it's on for a couple of nights.
When are we on?
I think the 18th. Jonesy and I are on, in case
We're
you're
on, Ron.
wondering.
So
Let me find out what day we're on.
Okay, why don't you
Just
do
talk
this?
amongst yourselves.
Right, sorry,
we're
Ron.
on the 16th, Ron.
The 16th, Ron. You'll
Try
see
and
us
go
then.
on the 16th.
Ron doesn't
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, but Ron's
Ron's
not
writing
gonna
that
be there.
information
You
on
are
an
so not
eggshell
there.
and he's going to throw it in the bin.
As if we're going to see Ron in the crowd. And Jonesy and Amanda Carriage choose for you to colour in some Staedtler pencils. Ron, anything you'd like to add?
No, thank you.
Well done.
Good on you, Ron. Good save.
Thank you.
Good on you, Juan.
We'll see you next time.
Makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Wake up, people. Up and at 'em. Time to go to work.
I don't feel like working today. Can I just stay in bed?
Thumbing through the Jalmanac, our big book of musical facts. Gem Y. Rye, what have you done to your face?
Yeah, I had a bit of a soccer injury, so I got a black eye now.
You've got a black eye. It's going to get worse, isn't it, before it gets better?
Yeah, but I've been telling people that I left a fader down and Jonesy wasn't happy. So
Great. So perpetuate that I'm some sort of ogre.
Wow.
So if the Daily Mail wants to pay me for an exclusive, it might be.
I believe the Daily Mail don't want to pay you for anything. What about you've had a rough week? You've had the car. You've had your
Yeah, car blew up.
Yeah.
So.
He's still driving Dad's car?
Yeah, but now he's getting angry at me because it's starting to look like how my car was looking.
What does that mean?
Oh, like cans everywhere and stuff like that. It's not. I don't think it's that bad, but he wasn't happy with it. So.
Yeah, funny about that.
I spilled a bit of Coke in the glove box.
Coca-Cola type of Coke?
Yeah.
In the glove box?
Not like, you know the little cup holdery thing?
Yeah.
The glove boxies? Yeah.
The middle console.
Yeah, that's
So Dad didn't administer the black eye, did he? By any chance?
No. But he probably felt like doing it.
And your car? Because, just for anyone that's just joined us, Ryan forgot to put oil in his car, even though the little oil-shaped lantern was lighting up for how long?
Well, I had a busy 2 weeks, so I didn't have time to do it. But
And then the engine...
it seized.
It seized.
So what's happening with it?
I don't know. Like, it's just still...
Where is it?
It's just at the dealership still.
Right.
Like with the mechanics. So,
Right,
yeah.
and you've just left it to them to...
Well, I was like, do you guys want to buy it? And they said no. And I was like, okay.
And that was the last conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fine. Why wouldn't they want to buy it? It's a perfectly good
And now
car
they're
without
stuck
an
with
engine.
it. Now they're stuck with it.
Anyway, on this day in 1987, Whitney Houston had her second UK number one single with I Want to Dance with Somebody. It reached number one in over a dozen other countries and won a Grammy Award for Best Female Pop Performance in 1988. A video has been doing the rounds recently. Did you know it's been 40 years since Whitney rose to fame when she had her first appearance on the popular TV show The Merv Griffin Show? She was 19 years of age.
Wow.
Time, please stay, my friend, and let me start.
She could build out a song.
Amazing.
Again.
Here we go.
Is there a big note coming?
Yeah. No.
Oh, what a shame.
Maybe she ran out of oil and blew up. It's been just over a decade since we lost Whitney, by the way. Did you know that? 10 years. God. Let's put one of her best on.
Jam Damnation!
WSFM, hello there. It's Jonesy and Amanda. We've been Whitney-free for over a decade now. Wow.
I thought it was longer than that. You know how sometimes you go into a time warp and you think, was it 20 years ago or was it 3?
We've been doing this show for so long. I've even forgotten how long we've been doing this show for.
Remember we had our giant 18th birthday.
Yeah, I know, but and you've been doing it for ages. You know, a lot of the kids that work here now were in school. You know, even Boss Lady
in wombs.
Well, even Boss Lady Millie. When we started this show, I said, "Where were you?" And she goes, "I was in 4th," and I thought she meant 4th form when we started the show. She was in 4th grade at school. She's a kid now. Look at her.
You didn't even get that far.
Running around the place. Hello, it's Jonesy and Amanda. Cloudy, 20 degrees in the city and our west. Right now it's 14. It's 20 to 7.
You know, a film I'm really looking forward to seeing is the Barbie movie. I can't wait to see it. And I think in the same way that Toy Story just captured our imaginations. We saw all the old toys, even the little army figures and Mr. Potato Head. It made your heart swell to see your childhood defined that way. I think we're going to feel the same with the Barbie film.
There's a bit of conjecture about Ryan Gosling.
What are they saying?
Well, he's saying he's too old to be Ken.
Oh.
He's only 42.
Is that too old to be Ken? We'd have to watch it to see. From the images I've seen, he looks appropriate as Ken. Mm-hmm. And you need to get the attitude right more than the plastic face.
What's Ken's attitude?
Well, you know, that sort of gormless, genital-free man. Did you get a call up? Let me tell you why I think Barbie's going to be incredible. Because the director, this fantastic director, her name is Greta Gerwig, and she has decided not to use any CGI for the Barbie kingdom.
Oh.
So there's no CGI. So that meant that in recreating all the suburbs, the towns, the village where they live, all the bits and pieces needed to be painted in this very particular shade of pink. She said that she wanted to maintain the kidness, as she said. She didn't want to forget what made me fall in love with Barbie when I was a little girl. So she wants you to feel that giant stab of nostalgia when you look at it, so that it's all real and it's all this particular shade of pink, which has meant that there's a worldwide shortage now of pink paint. So apparently the dream house, the lampposts, the roads, the dolls' houses, all of it is in this shade that is now no longer available. It caused an international shortage of pink paint. The world ran out of pink.
Really?
Yeah.
So we've got no pink left?
Apparently not.
How's Christian Wilkins going to decorate his bedroom?
It's a question for you to ask him, I think. Blame Barbie. He often
Blame
does.
Barbie, Christian.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Well, last week, Greens spokesperson for Justice, Sue Higginson, introduced a motion calling on Attorney General Michael Daly to pardon Kathleen Folbig. Yesterday, it was done. The 55-year-old who was jailed for 2 decades for the murder of her 4 children walked free after there was evidence of reasonable possibility that 3 of those children died of natural causes. An extraordinary day for science, an extraordinary day for justice. Sue Higginson joins us now. Hello, Sue.
Good morning.
How did you first get involved in this case? How did you become a champion here?
Look, I'm not a champion, but...
Oh, yes, I think you are.
No, I got involved quite recently, to be frank. I heard about this like every other Australian over the years, but I got involved at the level of detail of which I know now only a couple of months ago. It was actually just after the election when I became the portfolio holder for the Greens for Justice. I looked at the inquiry, I looked at the evidence, I read the thousands of pages of this inquiry, the former inquiry, went back to media articles, and I couldn't believe that we were sitting, all of us, on top of all of that, notwithstanding there was clear evidence now of reasonable doubt, and there was a woman still languishing in a prison, and nobody, other than her champions, nobody in the position of power, were actually doing the right thing. And that's when I contacted the Attorney General. I made pleas to him directly. I wrote letters to him. I wrote letters to the Premier. I contacted the Premier's Chief of Staff. And then I put a notice of motion to the Parliament last week.
And this genetic CALM2 G114R gene, that was pretty much discovered in 2021 as far as a contributing factor.
Yeah, look, the more I've looked, the more I realise it really is, those medical scientific experts who were speaking publicly back then in 2021, I think there was even an article of one of the experts at ANU saying, we've found the cause of death of 2 of Kathleen Folbig's babies. All the way back then, as you rightly point out, that should have been more than an alarm bell to us that as lawyers. I mean, that's the other thing. Look, I have the advantage of having a law background. I've been a practicing lawyer for decades. But as soon as I started putting these pieces together, that's when I realised, oh no, we're holding somebody in prison wrongfully. And let's remember, our entire criminal justice system is based on the very foundation that nobody should have their liberty or freedom taken unless they're charged and convicted beyond a reasonable doubt.
Extraordinary day yesterday to see Kathleen released to the home of her great friend and another wonderful champion, Tracy Chapman. Have you spoken to either of them?
I've spoken to Kathleen's lawyer. I've left the women. I'll catch up with them today. But, I mean, last night when I was getting messages that, cups of tea, pizzas, pyjamas, hugs, tears, laughs, I think we were all in joyous amounts of tears with the whole scenario.
It's hard
They were like young. It felt like they were, it felt like there was young girls at the party. That's how it felt from where I was.
It's hard to imagine, though, what the last 20 years have been like. That there's Kathleen mourning her children, confused by why they've passed away, knowing she wasn't responsible, in solitary confinement for 6 years. It's hard to not have your heart bleed for her.
I don't think any of us can really imagine or contemplate. I think that, a lot of us try to put our feet in those shoes and really have a go, but and then you go and make your own cup of tea, or then you go and walk outside into the sunshine, or then you go and pick up your own book, or you jump in your own bed, I mean, that's what, on Saturday morning when I wasn't aware, we'd had the notice of motion debate, the Attorney General and the current government seem to have bunkered down on their position. No, we're going to wait for the final writing of the former Chief Justice of New South Wales, his findings in writing. We're going to wait. On Saturday morning, I remember just waking up in my own bed and feeling these waves of absolute fury and frustration and despair and sadness. And yet this morning I woke up differently. It felt very different.
And it's going to take some time for Kathleen. She was branded Australia's worst serial killer in a family.
Imagine.
For all those years. It's going to take a long time for people, the public, to come to the realisation that she is indeed innocent.
Really, we've got to take a long, hard look at, what did happen, how that happened. There's lessons for all of us in this. She was called a monster, as you say. I mean, I've compared this to the Lindy Chamberlain case, and it is. In fact, in many ways, this case is far worse, and we did far more deeper and greater longer-term wrongs. We've got to remember there was never any actual evidence whatsoever around the murder or the manslaughter or the harm of those children. Kathleen's conviction was 100% based on tendency, coincidental evidence and legal theories that have long been discredited and that we now know were very gendered, anti-sort of mother type of legal theories. One child dying, maybe sudden infant death syndrome, 2, goodness gracious, 3 or 4, you've got a murderous mother that wasn't coping on your hands. That's all been discredited for a long time now.
God.
And the diary entries too. What new mother isn't having a terrible time and saying, I wish they'd stop crying?
And also you look at her history. Her father murders her mother. She's put into foster homes. Like her whole life. You just think, whoa.
And then you wonder, no wonder she didn't respond emotionally. Same as Lindy in the way that we expected her to, and we punished her for that too.
Exactly. I mean, this is, not the perfect mother, not at least, now, and as we heard in the inquiry with the psychological and psychiatric expert evidence, now at least we have much deeper understanding around mothers. None of us have perfect mothers. No. We're not those polar Kodak sandwich making perfect women, are we? We're mothers,
Yes.
you know. So, yeah, what a fantastic day today. And Kathleen is free. And we need to look at our legal processes. We need to look. It was very difficult for Kathleen to get to this point, and her legal team. I mean, my goodness, Rani Rego, a solicitor who has worked for years, fully pro bono, around the clock, with lawyers telling her, oh, what are you doing? You're wasting your time. This will never come to pass. And tonight, you know, last night, they were united in freedom together.
Oh,
it's great.
Brilliant.
Well, Sue, thank you for joining us this morning. Sue Higginson, Greens MP. Good work.
Thank you, Sue.
My pleasure, and good work, all those people and champions out there.
Great.
Absolutely.
Jam Nation.
We're ready for the grab right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
There's 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. If you get all the questions right, you win $1,000.
And then we ask you another question. Do you want to double your money? We ask you question 11. If you get that right, you get $2,000. But if you don't, you get nothing.
Let's get there first. Alex is in Kings Langley.
Hello, Alex.
Jonesy, Amanda, how are we?
Very well, thank you. Now, you know how this works by now. If you're not sure, please say pause, because we generally have time to come back.
Yep. No
Okay, because if you're wrong, it's all over. Let's see how far you can go, Alex. You ready to start?
All right, let's go.
10 questions, 60 seconds. We begin here. Question 1. What does 4 plus 4 equal?
8.
Question 2. Perth is the capital of which Australian state?
Western Australia.
Question 3. Which insect is known for producing honey?
Bees.
Question 4. Kel Knight from the TV show Kath and Kim is married to who in the show?
Pass.
Question 5. Russell Crowe co-owns which rugby league team?
South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Question 6. The Statue of Liberty is in which American city?
New York.
Question 7. Which rock band is known for their song Californication?
Pass.
Question 8. Who is Nicole Kidman's ex-husband?
Pass.
Question 9. Which airline calls themselves the Spirit of Australia?
Qantas.
Question 10. What force keeps objects on the ground?
Sorry, what was that?
What force keeps objects on the ground?
Pass.
Question 4. Kel Knight from the show Kath and Kim is married to who?
Kel Knight married to... pass.
Double pass.
Which rock band is known for their song Californication? We ran out of time. Kel is married to Kath.
Kath, yeah.
Okay, yeah. And would you have known who sang Californication if you had a bit more time up your sleeve?
It would have, for vocals, it would have been Anthony Kiedis, I think.
Yeah, it's the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
And Nicole Kidman's ex-husband?
And?
No, I wouldn't have known.
Tom Cruise? Ever heard of Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
And what force keeps objects on the ground? It's gravity.
There you go.
Sorry, Alex, you get $100 for your groceries, and thank you.
Good on you, Alex.
Thank you very much.
You gave it a go.
Jam Nation.
So you're the big Back to the Future perv amongst us.
Okay, I don't know.
No, you know all the details.
I like the show.
I like the movies, but I don't remember any details from them. You know it all.
How can you not remember any details?
Who was Biff?
Biff Tannen. He was the bully.
Right, he was the bully who gets his comeuppance at the end, doesn't he?
Is George McFly's nemesis. And Marty McFly goes back to the future.
And sorts out the bully.
Well, no, he doesn't mean to. He goes back by accident.
But in the meantime, sorts out the bully?
Well, he goes back. But then he changes his own timeline.
See, that's right.
And then he doesn't exist.
With these things. Well, the actor who plays Biff Tannen, his name is Tom Wilson, and he's written a very funny song about all these years later, the questions he still gets asked.
When I'm flying in a plane or I'm on the street, there's a lot of friendly people that I like to meet. They shake my hand but never ask my name, and they start asking questions that are always the same. Hey, what's Michael J. Fox like? He's nice. What's Christopher Lloyd like? Kinda quiet. What's Crispin Glover like? Unusual. Stop asking me the question. I went to the bar mitzvah of my nephew Josh. Now I'm not Jewish, but I like to nosh. Put on my yarmulke, started to pray. When the rabbi leaned over and I heard him say, hey, was that real manure? No, it wasn't. How was that DeLorean? A piece of garbage. Do those hoverboards really fly? It's a movie. Stop asking me the question. Can we take your picture? Come on, look mean. Would you call my friend a butthead on his answering machine? Questions fill my head. I went to my doctor said, what does a key grip do? Set up lights. What does the best boy do? Help the key grip. What does a producer do? I don't know. Stop asking me the question. Do you all hang out together? No, we don't. How's Crispin Glover? I never talked to him. Back to the Future 4. Not happening. Stop asking me the question. Hey, who's the nicest famous guy? You know, Adam Sandler. Who is the biggest jerk? Gary Busey. How much money do you make? More than you do. So stop asking me the question.
So
Brilliant.
true. So true.
Dumb questions.
Yeah.
And I've seen an entire Reddit thread of people who meet a famous person and ask them the dumbest question. This is one. Back when Avril Lavigne was newly famous, I was walking to the art gallery in Ontario. There's a woman in front of me with her ass crack hanging out, wearing punk clothes. I said to my friend, oh, look, another beeping Avril wannabe. She turned around and said, I am Avril.
I am. As a matter of fact, it's me.
I heard Han Solo's feeling, says this guy. I was walking down 3rd Street Promenade in Santa Monica, and my girlfriend looked up and said, look, there's Harrison Ford over there. I looked and I didn't see him. My girlfriend kept saying, look, it's there, it's Han Solo. My response was, what, that old guy? At which point Harrison Ford looked directly at me. He had heard. He said, my face dropped and I feel bad to this day.
You know, I remember years ago, we were over in LA, we were on this family trip, and it was just when the Transporter movie thing had come out, and, you know, Jason Statham. So his star was on the rise. You know, he'd been in The Italian Job and all that sort of stuff. But I'd been watching the Transporter movie, and then we're walking along in Hollywood, and I said to my brother, I said, hey, look, that's the guy from the movie we're watching on the plane. And he said, what? I said, Transporter guy. He goes, what's his name? I said, I don't know. But he's coming towards us. He goes, you should say hello. I said, no, because that would be the worst thing as an actor, is to say, as a public person, to say, yeah, I like you in that movie, but you don't know their name. Oh. So he's walking along towards us.
What happened?
And we'd had a few beers.
Oh, terrible.
And Matt
Two
goes,
goofy brothers.
and Matt says, hey, dude, love you in that movie. He goes, yeah, thanks. And I said, yeah, Transporter guy.
Oh.
And I'm the one that said Transporter guy. So my brother ended up getting the thank you. And I got the
you're an idiot.
Yeah, Transporter guy, you really...
Didn't you embarrass yourself in front of E.T., the footballer?
Oh, you know, I was paddling along, and I was on my stand-up paddleboard. I was listening to my earpods, and there was E.T. just fishing, and I paddled past him, and we looked at each other and went, hey, E.T., and because I was listening to a podcast, I wasn't really paying attention to what I was saying, so I just said, hey, E.T., staying hard? Oh. And he looked at me and I looked at him and I went, I don't know what that means.
No.
And we're gone.
Could you paddle fast enough to get away?
You know, he's on a craft
Where's
and I'm on a craft.
when you need it?
And I'm not really paying attention. So he just looked at me just perplexed. And I'd like to take that back. I don't know what that means.
Well, Jeff, who does a lot of our production work here, said he years ago met the Red Hot Chili Peppers and he wanted to ask them a question. He opened his mouth and his chewing gum fell out onto them. Didn't even get to ask a dumb question. He dreams of asking a dumb question. He just spat at them pretty much.
Maybe this is something the Trouble Drop would be.
We'll call it this Brush with Fame, my dumb question.
I don't know. Stop asking me the question.
You meet someone famous and you ask the stupidest thing. People say to me, are you still doing that stupid little show? And then they apologise because it's the first thing that it's come out. And then they go, oh, sorry about that.
Which stupid little show would it be?
Well, who knows? All of them are completely stupid.
Jam Nation
Podcast. Today, you brought this to the table.
Well, have you ever stepped up to a celebrity or you've seen them in the street or you meet them and you walk up to them and you ask the dumbest question you can? You say something so ridiculous you want to punch your own face in.
Particularly with actors as well, because you don't really know them as their name, you know them as the character that they play.
Well, all sorts of things can happen. As I said, Jeff, who works with us, was meeting the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's so overwhelmed he opened his mouth to ask a question, a dumb question.
Yep.
And his chewing gum fell out and that was the end of it.
He dropped gum on them.
Yeah.
How big is Jeff that he's towering over the Red Hot Chili Peppers?
And then he didn't even follow through with the question. That's all he did.
They would have said, he's nice.
Tribal Drum is beating for Brush with Fame, My Dumb Question.
I don't know. Stop asking me the question.
Brad has joined us.
Hello, Brad. What happened?
I was driving along on Lady Macquarie's chair down in the city, and we spotted Russell Crowe pushing a pram. This is about 15 years ago. And my mate bipped the horn, and Russell jumped. It scared him. And I jumped out because I'm a South supporter to get his autograph. And he told me to piss off and kept walking. Because we scared him, you know.
Well, yeah, you can't.
That's what we're after.
Scare the gladiator.
No,
it looks
honk,
bad.
honk. He's walking with his kid.
Yeah.
So good. Thank you, Brad.
Rusty.
We're off and running.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Something's wrong.
There's no sound.
Press a few of these buttons. I haven't switched it on. Oh, silly me.
I guess the problem with being a character actor is no one knows your actual name, as is the case with Tom Wilson, who plays Biff Tannen in the Back to the Future series.
People come up to him and ask him the same questions over and over again. What's Michael J. Fox like? Was there really a hoverboard? He says, you know what? It was a movie.
The Tribal Drummer's beating for My Dumb Question, the Fame edition.
I don't know. Stop asking me the question.
Colin has joined us.
Hi, Colin. What dumb question did you ask? Who was it?
It was Robert Pattinson.
Ooh, from Twilight.
Well, I didn't know about Twilight, so that was why I was caught out for a start. I was basically very excited. I'd managed to get to the next level in terms of my frequent flyer status, and I was in the first class lounge in Chicago, and I was like feeling a bit snobby, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw all these people there, and there was this one guy. He had a hood, he had a beanie on. And I thought I'd just ask him what the Wi-Fi password was. And he looked at me very strange because why was I asking him such a question? But I had no idea who he was. He actually gave me the password. And then I went and sat down, and I saw other people going up to him and asking him for autographs. I was like, oh, okay, that's who he was.
I wonder if you thought you were refreshing, Colin.
Possibly, yeah. But I never watched Twilight, so I had no idea who it was. And it was just out of context, right?
Yeah,
So,
that's fine.
Of course.
And he gave you the Wi-Fi password.
It's funny how he looked at you thinking, right, you've come over to ask me that?
I would have doubled down as well. So can you get us a drink? Where do you get a drink from around here?
Yeah, tell me where the toilets are.
Get right into it.
Jam Nation.
Let's get on down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. And today, headphones at work, do they pass the pub test?
Well, when you're working from home during COVID, headphones, of course, were de rigueur, so you could block out the sounds of your kids and your pets and the roadworks and all of the rest of it. But people are still wearing them now they're back in the office. Debrett's, which is the 250-year-old British etiquette Bible, has decided to settle the debate once and for all.
Have headphones been around that long?
And they have said, if you work in an open plan office where there's frequent conversation and interchange of ideas between colleagues, don't wear AirPods or headphones. You will be a much more valuable staff member if you stay alert, tune into conversations around you and make a contribution.
What about if you're on Skype or you're having a bit of a catch-up with people through a Zoom meeting?
Well, what if you've actually got to concentrate? These open plan offices are the undoing of effective workplaces.
I don't like
often.
open plan offices.
It says here, be open to conversation. What if there's just goof-off conversation? Someone's collecting money for a birthday.
Yep.
Someone's coming over and asking your plans for the weekend. I saw a thing the other day.
Look at this joint. This is goof-off central around here.
Well, we're on air, so we're the worst of the goofs. But I saw this thing. It was like a portable barrier. You know those barriers they have at the airport where they can just put them up anywhere? You pull out that piece of material and click it into another device. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I saw one that just was being advertised to have them in your office. So if you're in your little cubicle, you can say, I'm busy or I'm concentrating.
Oh, it actually says something on the barrier?
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Because in open plan offices, how does anyone get any work done?
No one does. The open plan office is the biggest goof-off thing ever invented.
And part of that's the fun of going into work, but there are moments when you want to focus. Is it okay to be wearing your headphones?
What about you put the headphones on, but you've got nothing going on there, and then you can just hear what people are saying?
Well,
you get some juicy stuff about you.
Would I, Brendan?
Oh,
what they say behind my back.
Say it in front of your face.
Is it okay to wear headphones at work? What do you think? Do they pass the pub test?
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I'm so lonely, so lonely.
No need to feel sad and blue. Let Jonesy and Amanda find love for you.
Being the armchair experts we are, we watched Married at First Sight and we both said we could match people up better than those guys.
Well, I don't even watch it because I know they're not sincerely looking for love. They're looking for drama. But a whole lot of Sydney is looking for love.
Yep.
That's what we've determined here.
And as Bon Scott said, I tell you, folks, it's harder than it looks. Well, Allura and Nick, who we tried them, and they look good on paper, but no good for us.
There was no spark.
Although I will say this, Allura did say she feels like she's going to get out there again. So that's a good thing.
It helped her with her confidence. This week we're trying to get Daryl.
Yep.
Find Daryl some love. He's going on a date Thursday night. We're trying to find who the right person for Daryl is.
We put Daryl under the Jam Singles microscope.
What would you like us to look for?
Someone that's compassionate, someone that's caring, empathetic, and just loves life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And in terms of physically, what would you like us? Is there anything you think, you don't like curly hair or anything like that?
No, I think if there's a spark or some attraction, you'll get past most things.
On a weekend, what does Daryl do?
I generally play golf on a Saturday morning.
Yep. So you go on for a few hours?
Yeah.
And that could be an attractive trait, ladies. By the way, he's not going to bother you on a Saturday.
Or I'm at the gym or go out for breakfast or go and do some shopping.
Yeah. And so you like to eat out?
Yeah, I do.
We're loading
so that's how much we've learned about Daryl. But Daryl couldn't tell us about himself. That's hard to talk yourself up or down.
He's a great guy.
So we thought we'd talk to his daughter, Peter, who joins us now. Hello, Peter.
Peter.
Hello, how are you?
Very well.
And you live in Brisbane, don't you?
No, I'm actually in Melbourne.
Okay, but your brother lives in Brisbane.
That's right.
Yeah. So, and Daryl's in the middle.
So tell us a bit about Daryl, because he seems so lovely. We know he likes the Sharks. We know he likes his sport. Tell us about the man that your dad is.
He does love sport, that's for sure, but he also is a big romantic, I think, at heart. Always puts the women in his life first.
Oh.
And looking at past relationships, have you got a sense of the kind of woman he should be with?
I think he's pretty open to anyone, as long as, like I think he said, as long as there's a spark there, they can get through most things. I think as long as this woman is compassionate and easygoing, I think that will prevail.
Because he did say he didn't want any drama queens and that kind of thing. He likes things to be easy.
Yeah, he is easygoing, and I think that would be a good match. Someone who would just be as easygoing as him.
Okay, so if he was into a famous woman, who does he like in the
Who's
famous...
his crushies, the famous
who does he
crushies?
like?
Great question. I'd probably say maybe like Charlize Theron.
Oh, okay. Charlize Theron.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. I get that.
And he also said he doesn't particularly want a vegan, so he likes his meat.
He does like his meat, yes.
Yep. Okay. Well, good.
So anything else you can tell us, Peter, because Jonesy and I are going to sift through the many women who've expressed interest in your dad. Anything else you can give us to help us on our journey?
I think he wants to spend his weekends, going out, going to the gym or going for a hike or going out for brunch. So someone that would kind of fit in that would be really good for him.
Yep.
And I think someone who would like sport as well. I mean, it's not a deal breaker, but I think that would really help too.
Okay. Well, Peter, this is like, we're organising a potential stepmom for you. So like,
let's not.
Well,
get
there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure there.
All right, and I'm sure whoever it is will need your seal of approval.
We don't want someone on a broom that's got a big cauldron.
No.
A big witchy nose.
I hope not.
No, you've scared Peter now.
I'm just saying.
We're going to do our best, Peter, because he's a lovely guy, and he's going out on a date on Thursday night, so I'm sure you'll hear all about it.
I will. I sure will.
Okay,
Good
thank you, Peter.
Thank you for the intel.
Jam Nation.
We're not gonna take it.
I want you to get up right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I am as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy to Manor Arms for the pub test today. Headphones at work, do they pass the pub test?
Lots of people started wearing these when they were working from home to block out all the noise, and now people are wearing them in the office. Is it okay? The etiquette advisor for Debrett's, which is the British Etiquette Bible, has said if you work in an open plan office where there's frequent conversation and interchange of ideas between colleagues, don't wear AirPods or headphones.
What about when you see someone wearing those massive big headphones?
It is slightly antisocial. At the same time, sucko, we now have these big open plan offices. If you want to actually get some work done, maybe you need to zone out.
But you see someone
occasionally.
wearing those and you get a real F-off vibe about it, don't you?
Yeah, well, maybe they're noise cancelling too.
Yeah, you see them walking around here. Well, clearly we're not engaging in any sort of conversation.
Yeah. And that person maybe has a really important day of work ahead of them and doesn't care about the conversation or having a chat to someone or contributing to someone's birthday gift or hearing all the gossip. I don't know. How do you feel? Headphones at work, do they pass the pub test?
Listen to your
Headphones. No, it doesn't. I work from home and at work. The only time we have earphones in is for meetings and stuff like that. But you need to engage with your workmates and it's a real connection. And also we listen to the WSFM.
Yes, it does pass the pub test, definitely. I work in an office that's not a big office, but it is open plan. There's multiple people with desks and it's our social area. And there is no way I would get anything done without headphones. And my boss encourages us to wear headphones if we're trying to concentrate and others are there.
It does pass the pub test. Well, because some jobs are so boring that you need to keep entertained some way, and I reckon music helps that.
It absolutely passes the pub test, especially if you're my colleagues, because I sing all day and I'm so annoying and they all block me out with their headphones and I'm not offended at all.
I can see why that's happening.
Not like this Dream Factory. Everyone here wears headphones.
Yeah, actually, we do. That's how we zone in.
That's what it's all about. Thank you for your calls.
Podcast.
There's a lot of news going on at the moment. Big news going on. We have got the Ben Roberts-Smith thing. We've got the Bruce Lerman and the Brittany Higgins thing. And now Kathleen Folbig, which I started this radio station 20 years ago just as she was going into jail.
She's been pardoned. It's been an extraordinary couple of hours, hasn't it, for her? Her first night of freedom last night. I saw on the news she's staying with her friend and great champion, Tracy Chapman, and she was making a cup of tea. It's the first time she's used a metal spoon in 20 years. Incredible, isn't it? We spoke earlier in the show to Sue Higginson. She's a Greens MP and she is the Greens spokesperson for justice. She introduced the motion calling on the Attorney-General to pardon Kathleen Folbig. She said once she looked into that case, looked into the new science, she said, how could this possibly still be seen as beyond reasonable doubt?
Yeah.
So she was the one that started this ball rolling. And there we were yesterday, the announcement that she's been pardoned. I don't know if she's been declared innocent. We might talk to our next guest about that.
And Jane Hanson would certainly know this. She is an investigative journalist. She is also the host of Mother's Guilt, and she'll be joining us next. It's 8:14.
Jam Nation.
Kathleen Folbig's life is one scarred by death. It's the reason Australians know her name. It's why she was dubbed Australia's worst female serial killer. None of her 4 children lived to see their second birthday. But yesterday, after an inquiry into the case, Kathleen was pardoned and released after 2 decades behind bars. An incredible journalist who knows this case better than anyone and host of the podcast Mother's Guilt is Jane Hanson. She joins us now. And hi, Jane.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Jane.
What a day. I mean, I know that you have been looking at the new forensic evidence. You've been looking at Kathleen's story. How did you feel yesterday when you thought, wow, she's actually been pardoned? She's free.
Bittersweet. So bittersweet. Happy for her, but oh my God, what a waste of time and energy and, robbed of her 4 children, but also 20 years of her life on a case that should never have gone ahead because the whole thing was predicated on a discredited theory from the beginning. In 2003, Meadows Law, as it was known, the rule be that one sudden infant death was tragic, 2 suspicious, 3 murder unless proven otherwise, had already been discredited in 2003 when they went ahead with prosecuting Kathleen Folbig.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how to pass muster then, but anyone that's looked at the case closely has seen massive holes in it from day one. And I just feel this overwhelming sense of sadness.
When did you get involved in it, Jane? Because I remember I started working here all those years ago when it was all happening. So surely you would have formulated your own opinions.
At the time, I was covering the war in Iraq, actually, but I was also around the same time having and losing my own children. So I'd lost 2 sons.
Oh.
in 2001 and 2004, and I recognised in her diary entries, which were very much used and weaponised to find her guilty. And when I say weaponised, they were taken out of context and strung together in such a compelling way to make her look guilty. But what psychologists and psychiatrists who made submissions to this latest inquiry found after analysing her diary entries was that these were the writings of a woman bewildered by the loss of her children. I mean, how can you just get up on your day and your child is dead in their cot? The 4 children appeared to have died of sudden infant death, but then to be accused of it and blamed for the deaths of your children, I just don't know how she got through that.
As you say, there was some incompetence in the way the case was put together with Meadows Law, but also the forensics science has changed since then, and this is what's changed things in recent days for her.
Well, yeah, the human genome was done. So the question was, okay, is this mad woman just putting her body through having babies, 4 times in a row just to smother them so she can go to the gym? So that was what the case was built on, which I don't know how that passed to begin with. But yeah, the pathology in the early days was, with the 4th child who had myocarditis. This is Laura. Myocarditis, of course, can kill, but the pathologist found that he couldn't rule out smothering, and because 3 other children had died in the family. So we now know if 4 children are going to die in the family, one after the other, there's probably, what's more logical? A mad woman just killing her children left, right and centre and putting her body through a pregnancy one time after another just to smother her children so she can go to the gym? Or is there a genetic fault at play? So these things were questioned in 2003, and in fact, Craig Folby, Kathleen's husband, did contact a geneticist in Scotland about a possible genetic cause for the deaths of the children, but police didn't pursue that because the tests were too expensive. So they just went with Meadows Law.
Right. So when Craig contacted that person in Scotland, was this before that he went to the police with the diaries?
Yes.
And then when he saw the diaries, and in the diaries Kathleen says, because her father murdered her mother, she said, I am my father's daughter. So that was instantly, in his view, an admission of guilt.
Well, she explained herself in the 2018 inquiry before Reg Blanche, that what she meant was that she was a loser, like her father. Her father was a loser. He murdered her own mother. He sexually abused her. That's what she meant in her writings. I'm my father's daughter. I'm such a loser. And she explained, but nobody wanted to listen to it.
And also, there was no evidence that she'd smothered them, because there'd be evidence on their bodies. It doesn't matter how small a baby is, it will fight to breathe. And there was none of that. Not
a skerrick of evidence. And even with Laura, the larger child, she was 18 months old when she died, they did look for bruising. They did further tests. Micro tests basically to see if there was any bruising on her face, etc. And there wasn't. There was not a skerrick of evidence that any of the children had been smothered. It was purely a circumstantial case based on Meadows Law.
Yeah. What do you think the future for Kathleen will be? 20 years, 6 of those in solitary confinement while mourning her children. It's unimaginable. How will her future be?
Well, I have to take my hat off to her. She's clearly stoic. And, I mean, that worked against her during the trial because she did know how to shut down, and that probably came from her traumatic upbringing at such a young age. And she had talked about her ability to completely emotionally disengage and disassociate. I think that's probably what's kept her alive. She's definitely suffered depression, and she has written to her friend that she has considered suicide. But I think she's tough. How can you go through that?
Yeah.
But she's got an extraordinary friend in Tracy Chapman who's led the charge to her friend. She went to school with her, has never, ever believed the case against her friend. She's actually built a 2-bedroom apartment on her farm for Kathleen. So we all need a friend like Tracy.
Yeah, we all need a friend like Tracy. Well, Jane, thank you for joining us. The podcast Mother's Guilt, wherever you get your podcasts. Jane Hanson, thank you.
Thank you, Jane.
Thank you so much.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Morning.
Morning.
Are you wearing the same clothes as yesterday?
Same as yesterday, same as the day before.
Here in Australia, our much-loved David Koch is stepping down from his role.
Shervo's going to be the new man.
In England, there's a morning breakfast duo called Holly and Phil Schofield, and they host a morning program on British television. We spoke about this on the show yesterday. So the fates of Philip Schofield have really waxed and waned. I think they've waned more than waxed in recent weeks. Just to tell you the story so far, Philip decided to step down from the show when it was revealed. First of all, let's just say he was married for a number of years, 30 years. He comes out as gay on the show. And his co-host, Holly, says, "Isn't that wonderful? You're so brave."
So
That's
his wife
fabulous.
was at home just watching this.
Going, hang on a minute. Isn't he brave? And that's fine. They lost no viewership through that because people supported him and his decision to live his authentic self. There are now rumours that maybe he was forced to do that because they were going to out the fact that he was having an affair with a male staff member. He has said that's not the case.
A lot younger male.
That's right. Member. And the male staff member, he met when the younger man was 15. Phil got him a job on the show. He claims, however, he didn't have a sexual relationship with him until the man was 20. Mm-hmm. He said there was no grooming. There was nothing illegal. It might have been inappropriate. Yes, I accept that, but it was not illegal. In the meantime, the fact that he's had this relationship with this staff member, this young man, seems to have thrown everyone into a huge tears. At the same time, and I think this is what's muddying the waters, Philip's brother was in court and has been charged as a child sex offender and is in prison.
Yeah.
Philip has said Philip went to the court every day while his brother was there, but he says, "I feel like I don't have a brother. This ruling, when I found out what he did, he's no longer a brother to me."
And he didn't tell his co-host about this.
Well, that's
Is that
another
right?
rumour. I don't know. But their friendship started to, they were slightly estranged and it was getting very uncomfortable. Then when this story came out that he was having an affair with this younger man, all hell broke loose. He resigned from the job on Breakfast TV. He also was asked to leave by the entire network. He was also going to host other shows. They've said no. He was sacked by his management team because he told lies. They must have asked him to his face, "Did you have an affair with this man?" And he said no. Today is the first, and he did an interview on the weekend saying he's actually pretty much suicidal. He's lost everything, and if his daughters weren't supporting him, he would have killed himself. So that's made everyone think, or a couple of people have come out and said, well, unless the young man himself said he was groomed and the sex occurred illegally when he was underage.
So he hasn't said anything?
No, he has said nothing. What more is there to this story? This morning or overnight, Holly, his co-host, has made an impassioned plea to the audience, and it went a little bit like this.
Hi there. Good morning, Josie. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Holes.
Right. Deep breath. Firstly, are you okay? I hope so. It feels very strange indeed sitting here without Phil. And I imagine that you might have been feeling a lot like I have. Shaken, troubled, let down, worried for the well-being of people on all sides of what's been going on, and full of questions. You, me, and all of us at This Morning gave our love and support to someone who was not telling the truth, who acted in a way that they themselves felt that they had to resign from ITV and step down from a career that they loved. That is a lot to process. And it's equally hard to see the toll that it's taken on their own mental health. I think what unites us all now is a desire to heal for the health and well-being of everyone. I hope that as we start this new chapter and get back to a place of warmth and magic that this show holds for all of us, we can find strength in each other. And from my heart, can I just say thank you for all of your kind messages and thank you for being here this morning. Myself, Josie, Dermot, Alison, Craig, and every single person that works on this show will continue to work hard every single day to bring you this show that we love. So on that note, Josie,
Come here, you bring it in. Bring it in.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's going on? If he had an affair, which he's admitted to, a consensual, legal, though inappropriate affair, why is she saying he lied to us all? She asked him if he was, maybe she asked him, are you having an affair with this co-worker? He said no. Is that a reason for them all to act like he is his brother.
Yeah.
Is there more to this story? Because unless that young man himself says I was groomed, this is such an overreaction. What do you think?
Maybe he's a bit of a dick at work and they just wanted to get rid of him.
Well, then that's a different thing too. But to make it, so he lied to us, therefore, are you saying to the audience, are you okay? Like they've been, like this has happened in their own lives.
I think I'm going to be okay.
I think I'm going to be okay. I think the audience is actually going to be okay.
Are you okay? Jem Wai Rai, are you okay?
Not really. But
that's completely about something else. An intriguing case. If more comes to hand, we'll let you know.
Jam Nation.
In a groundbreaking move, it's been reported that Sweden has officially recognised sex as a sport, paving the way for the country's first ever sex competition.
As a sport. So do you have to train during the week and then on weekends someone gives you oranges at halftime? Someone's mum's doing the ironing.
The upcoming event, known as the European Sex Championships,
come on,
will showcase participants engaging in extended sex sessions that can last up to 6 hours per day. Ooh. The event will start on the 8th of June. It lasts for 6 weeks. Participants will be engaging.
Do they have people watching them?
Well, let me get to that. In sexual activities under 16 disciplines. So you've got your disciplines in there. Don't really need to go into...
like have specifics. Is that what the thing is? You've got your this bit, you that bit, you that bit.
You know that bit and that.
Yeah. But seduction, you're already there if you've entered the championships. You don't have to be wooed over dinner.
Well, that could be a thing.
Maybe.
That could be a thing. It's said that 20 people from different countries will participate in the competition with 3 judges. Oh, will Todd McKenny be there?
I'll give her 1.
I'll give her 1. Because usually in sport, you're celebrated for being quick. It's something I could shine in.
That's right. Well, cricket goes for 5 days.
This is something I could shine in. So look out for that. I understand Channel 9's Wide World of Sports is interested in commentating.
She's just picked the ball up there, kept it in his grasp.
She's contesting the ball, playing on at this stage.
There's no doubt that she's too early. I thought she had control of the ball and it was forced out backwards. Is that a new rule?
It doesn't look right to me, Ashley.
There you go. I'm looking forward to seeing. It'll definitely be running on ESPN.
Jam Nation.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the goodies get together.
You're going to win $20,000 cash thanks to Hair and Forbes Machinery House by being our Ghoulie of the Year. Download the iHeartRadio app, press on the microphone at the WS side and record your Ghoulie.
What have we got?
What really gets my ghoulies is when you spot a beautiful little white cardigan that's very expensive, but now it's on special. You go to put on the only one in your size, and it has what looks like chocolate, but could be something else, finger marks all over the bottom of one of the sleeves. That really gets my ghoulie.
Someone's taken it back. Is that the take back?
Or maybe took it back or tried it on at the shop with mank on their hands. What else?
What gets my ghoulies is inconsiderate parents. I'm a teacher. I organise an excursion in the evening for students to go to the city. Parents have granted permission. There's been lots of reminders. They know where to be and when to be there. So after a day's teaching, supervising homework, dinner, travel, the show, we get to the station at the right time, meet the parents, students go home. Except some parents are never there. They're always late, and I end up waiting hours every time. It gets my ghoulie.
You don't think about that.
Yeah, some poor teacher waiting there with the kids.
Great.
Yeah. I mean, stuff can get hard for parents and they don't get there in time. Stuff can happen, but often they rely on the teacher to take care of it, don't they?
Out with the bad, in with the good. If you dipped out, doesn't matter. You can always record your ghoulie via the iHeartRadio app. It's 5 to 9.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend, wins Kiss tickets. Kiss are returning to Sydney. Thanks to fan
You're
demand.
A gog.
I am a gog. One final epic Australian show at Accor Stadium, October 7. Tickets are on sale now at Ticketek.
You get the Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and 18th birthday key ring as well.
The guy who plays Biff Tannen on Back to the Future, he says he gets asked the same questions every time. He's even written a song about it.
When I'm flying in a plane or I'm on the street, there's a lot of friendly people that I like to meet. They shake my hand but never ask my name, and they start asking questions that are always the same. Hey, what's Michael J. Fox like? He's nice. What's Christopher Lloyd like? Kinda quiet. What's Crispin Glover like? Unusual. Stop asking me the question.
Tribal drummers beating for Brush with Fame, my dumb question.
I don't know. Stop asking me the question.
Got some fabulous calls. Here's Brad from Canterbury.
I was driving along on Lady Macquarie's chair down in the city, and we spotted Russell Crowe pushing a pram. This is about 15 years ago. And my mate bipped the horn, and Russell jumped. It scared him. And I jumped out because I'm a South supporter to get his autograph. And he told me to piss off and kept walking. Because we scared him, you know.
You can't skill the gladiator at my signal.
He'd lucky you didn't have his spear with him.
Unleash the girly shriek.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Bill Weaver's up next. We are back tonight for Jam Nation.
Yes.
See you from 6.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, tears from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
One swallow, change your attention, goodbye.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.